ICE just smashed the window of a car, dragged a man out, his wife screaming, his son watching, and they had the wrong guy. This happened in New Bedford, Massachusetts. Video, which we will look at, shows ICE agents surrounding a car, demanding the man inside get out. And when he doesn't, an agent grabs an axe, smashes the window, glass everywhere, panic. And by the way, they got the wrong guy. We'll talk about whether that is the key part of this. Take a look at this.
Abogada viene en camino.
The agent's saying, I only want to talk. And the individual is saying, only with my lawyer.
Hasta que venga mi abogada voy a hablar. Pero tiene una orden, dile.
Usted tiene una orden de detención.
Asking whether there's a warrant.
Tiene una orden.
Pero, disculpe, ¿tiene una orden? ¿Tienen una orden? ¿Me puede oír?
No.
Que si tienen una orden de detención. ¿Una orden, no?
Pues sí, una orden.
No.
All right, so this is the lead up that ultimately led to the smashing of the glass that we saw at the beginning of the video. So here's what's going on. The man is 29-year-old asylum seeker Juan Francisco Mendez. He's from Guatemala. No criminal record. His wife and son are already protected under asylum. As a reminder, asylum is legal status. It is not permanent, but it is legal status. The individual was in the final steps of his asylum process, and his lawyer says that ICE was actually looking for someone else entirely, a man named Antonio who lived in the same building. Wrong guy, different person, but they didn't care. Juan explains he's not Antonio. He says he's waiting on his lawyer. ICE doesn't wait. They bring out the axe, smash the window, and arrest him anyway. And now he is sitting in a detention center in Dover, New Hampshire. No charges, no explanation. And of course, his wife is asking, when is he coming home? His son is saying, when is he coming home? And the real kicker here is, even if it had been the right guy, would this have been okay? Would smashing a car window in front of a child and dragging someone out still be acceptable when they are invoking their right to counsel? This takes us a couple of steps back to something we've been talking about now for weeks. If an individual's story is sympathetic or unsympathetic, does that change the legal requirement to provide due process? And we're going to deal with this later in the case of Abrego Garcia, where you've got Tom Homan and Pam Bondi and others saying, even if he came back from El Salvador, he would immediately be deported again. And of course, that's a lie. The truth is, if he came back from El Salvador, he would be subject to deportation pending the results of a hearing. That's called due process. I'm the first to tell you, if he comes back and gets his hearing, gets his day in court, and it is then indicated that he should be deported, that is due process. We may like it or not. We may find his particular story sympathetic or not, but it's due process. And the problem here is that due process is being ignored. I've caught myself many times on the show over the last week or so saying the law guarantees, the Constitution guarantees. What does it mean to guarantee something if there is no means of enforcement, no means of ensuring that someone is actually provided what they are entitled to? And that's where we find ourselves at this point in time. Now, after the break, we are going to talk about a judge that is at least trying to do what he can to ensure that due process is provided to people. We are going to hear and see from an Attorney General, Pam Bondi, and from a White House Press Secretary, Caroline Leavitt, who cannot or will not stop lying about every aspect of what's going on while claiming to be the most moral and the most law-abiding. And then we are also going to see, in the midst of this, the economic chaos that is increasingly impossible to support. I will remind you, I would love it for you to get on my newsletter. If the clampdown happens, the only platform on which we own our data and we own our list is our newsletter. It'll be how you can get a hold of me and I can get a hold of you no matter what happens on all the algorithmically based platforms. So you can go to davidpakman.substack.com, or you can simply email info@davidpakman.com and say, David, please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you, put me on that newsletter. After researching, writing, refining, The Echo Machine, my book, is finally out. This is not just a book about how American politics got so broken. It's also about what's happening right now and what we can still do to stop things from getting worse. Trump's been back in power. The results have been even more catastrophic than many feared, with targeting of political opponents and gutting democratic institutions, laying the groundwork to even further consolidate power. But the thing is that none of this is inevitable. The same forces that brought us here can be countered if we understand how they work and what to do about them. And that's what the Echo Machine is all about. Some say that without corporate media backing, books like this can't succeed. I think we can prove them wrong. You can get the Echo Machine right now at davidpakman.com/echo on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Audible, Kindle, or by calling any local bookstore and asking them to order it. This book is more important than ever. If you care about what happens next, and I do, check out The Echo Machine today at davidpakman.com/echo.